Hey, it's Ryan from Upfit Supply, and in this video we're going to be installing some TigerTough seat covers in our RAM ProMaster City. Let's get into it. Okay, the first thing we need to do to get the seat covers is a little bit of prep. It's pretty simple. We're just going to move the seats forward, take the headrests off, and we'll be good to go. I'm going to start with the driver's side, and then we'll do the passenger side. Removing these are pretty simple in the ProMaster City. There's just a tab you push in here. And on the other side, come right out. We're gonna start with our seat back and then move on to the seat bottom. As you can see, I don't know if this shows up in the video, but this used to be owned by a painter and there's just paint everywhere. So we're actually doing this for aesthetic purposes and also to prevent any further damage to these seats. But if they would have installed these seat covers in advance, these seats would look brand new underneath. Right, so I'm just lining up my holes. I got a hole here on the side. There's also going to be one for this armrest. It's not necessarily a hole, it's just got a little Velcro strap on the side, so I know which side is, left and right. I'm putting this inside out about 3/4 of the way. I'm just going to find my holes here and secure it over the headrest holes. Just getting these secured around. This is kind of going to center or set these in place nicely. Then I'm just going to pull this down, unroll it over itself. This is a tight fitting material, so it's going to take a little bit of effort. The next thing we have to do is slide this flap in between the seat bottom and the seat back. So there's Velcro on it here that we're going to attach on the back, so I'm just going to push this through, and sometimes adjusting the seat back makes it a little bit easier. Okay, now I'm just pulling this nice and snug on here so I can get this as tight as possible to attach on the Velcro there. Under this armrest. Looks good there. Now with the seat bottom, there is this little, what do they call this? String lock that is included. If it falls off, it's no big deal. Just gonna set that aside for now. And another thing I forgot to mention is just make sure that you're using the correctly labeled covers. This says driver, it would say passenger if it was for the passenger side. All right, we're just going to slide this over the seat bottom. You want to take these little pieces of string, slide them in between this plastic trim and the seat. Kind of get it underneath the seat because we're going to use this to pull it tight. Sometimes you may need to find a little spot to slide it through. Next, I'm going to slide this piece of Velcro through the bottom between the seat back and the seat bottom. A little bit of a tight fit. Also want to tuck this seat cover in between the actual fabric of the seat and this plastic trim. It's kind of tight there, so. Then on these front flaps, I don't know if you can see that. This is going to go, there's a little bar here that moves the seat forward and backwards. You want to go in between the seat and that bar so you're not wrapping around it. But other than that, you can go over top of everything else that's down there. There's some springs and whatnot. By over top, I mean underneath. If the van was upside down, it would be over top. Pulling this fabric Velcro together So this string lock tool is really useful for getting these strings nice and tight. Back in the day, you used to have to put a loop in one and then try and tie this string as tight as possible, because this kind of creates a nice, secure ring around the bottom of the seat. But this makes it super easy to get leverage. Basically what you do is you're going to insert one of the strings into the end here. It's going to loop back around, get yourself nice and tight, and then you kind of secure it into the, I don't know if you can see that, but you secure it into these channels down here and it locks in place. I'm going to get it tighter. It just allows you to really get some leverage on these strings. Do the same thing for the other side. It's going to pop through the bottom. There we go, we're nice and tight. So we're basically done with the driver's side here. The last thing we have to do is the headrest cover. I find it's easier to put this back in place first. Usually it Velcros on the back, so the longer piece is going to slide under. And we'll just slip this over top. We're good to go. Now getting on the passenger side, we're going to start with the seat back. Try not to get in your way so you can see what's going on here. But again, these seat covers, they have little Velcro strips on the back and the front. The front side's usually going to be longer because you got to slide it through the seat. Here's the label that says passenger. And, so here's our little two tops. They're going to line up with the top of the seat back. Get this prepped. Take this out. There's actually a tab on both sides. You have to press in to get the headrest cover off. There's the headrest off. So if you're in the super expensive club, some of these RAM ProMaster Cities have lumbar support right here, but all the seat covers are cut for them, so don't worry about that. Now we're just going to slide this through the back here. We're good on the seat back. So again, on our passenger side here, it says passenger. Got these two longer pieces of fabric, Velcro on it. Those go wrap around the front. Strings go in the back. We'll just take a little string lock off for now. I find it's easier to start with the back, getting this through, and then moving on to the front. All right, want to make sure this is hugging around the bottom of the seat bottom before I go getting it too tight. Again, I'm going between the seat and this bar. So again, we got our string lock tool. Gonna go in the end here. Come out the bottom. Just want to lock one side in place first. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Just give this a good yank. Headrest cover. And again, you want to See how kind of one side, the Velcro is a little bit longer. That's going to be your front side because it wraps around to the back. Good to go right there. So that just about does it for this install of the TigerTough seat covers in our RAM ProMaster City. This is a 2016 model year. It's kind of the base package, so there's nothing fancy going on with the seats. But if you're looking for these seat covers from TigerTough or any other equipment to make your van work ready, be sure to check us out at upfitsupply.com. Again, my name is Ryan, and have a good one.